Here's a simple tutorial on how to simulate a circuit on MatLab. So you're just gonna open up MatLab. Now this is just like a very basic tutorial. I don't mean to know a lot about MatLab, just know how to do like a simple simulation. So once you open up MatLab, you're gonna get this kind of screen or workspace or whatnot. In here you can type commands. You just type here Simulink. And that's just gonna start up what's called Simulink. Now I think you have to have the Simulink library installed or something. So you gotta check with the MatLab installation for that, because you need some of the libraries that they have for example, power systems and stuff like that. So once you come to this screen, just gonna double click on blank model under Simulink. And then that's gonna open up this this little window here, and then here you can just save your project. Just save it to lab 1, 2, 3. I don't know, doesn't matter. Save it. Once you have that, you're gonna go over here to library browser. Okay, so now you're gonna hit something called Simulink, and then it's gonna have a bunch of stuff. What you want to go to is Simscape, and from Simscape you're gonna go to Power Systems. Okay, when you click on Power Systems, you're gonna get to this. So you're gonna go to Specialized Technology, and then from here, Fundamental Blocks. Okay. Now you're gonna just import a bunch of stuff into your workspace, basically just like elements, circuit elements. So you're gonna go to, first of all, let's say you want source. So you want a AC source, AC voltage source. So you're gonna right click, add block to your lab 1, 2, 3, whatever. It's gonna add it here. Okay. All right. Let's also say you want a capacitor, an inductor, or a resistor. Okay, so you're gonna go over here to back to fundamental blocks, and then from fundamental blocks you're gonna go to elements. Okay, so also here. From here you're gonna just select one of these things that says series RCL, whatever. You know, it doesn't really matter. Just pick one of these. I'll just probably pick this one, this branch thing, series RCL branch, and I'm gonna right click it, and I'm gonna say add model to lab. Okay. All right, let's say you also need a ground, so you're gonna click on ground here. Ground is also under the same page. You can add that there. Okay, now you're gonna come back to specialized blocks and then fundamental blocks again, and then you also need this power GUI thing in order to simulate something in MatLab, so you're gonna have to add that to your model as well, or your simulation as well. Okay. Now let's say you want to also like visualize what's going on under like a oscilloscope sort of settings. So to do that, you need to first go to measurements, and we're gonna assume that you want to measure voltage. Let's say you can also do like a multimeter. There's a bunch of stuff here, so you can play around with these, but I usually just go with voltage because that's what I needed. So we're just gonna right click on voltage, and it's under measurements in specialized technology fundamental blocks, so you can see that. Just gonna add block to your to diagram. So add that there. Okay. Now you're gonna go back here and go to Simulink. It's at the very top, and then here there's something called commonly used blocks. Okay, you can just double click that or click it here, whatever you like to do, and then here you're gonna select scope. Do not double click that. Okay, and then from here you're gonna right click and add it to your schematic. Okay. Now this is just gonna let you like graph it basically on a scope. All right. Now we can just exit out of this. I don't think we need anything else, so you can maximize this. So you're gonna have like a bunch of components here, just stacked on top of each other. You're just gonna select one at a time and just like move them around so it's easy to look at. All right. So this is what you have. You have like a voltage source. You have a bunch of components here, RCL branch, and then you have a ground, scope, and a voltage measurement device. Okay, so let's start with the source. We're gonna set the source over here, and then let's say we want a resistor in series with the source. So you're gonna double click on this RCL branch, and then from branch type here under this block parameters. So remember, you double click, you get here, and then from here you're gonna make it whatever you want. You can make it RC, RL, CL, R, whatever, right? So that's a resistor, that's a capacitor here, that's an inductor. So if, let's say for example, you want a resistor in series with the with the voltage source. So you're gonna just click resistor R, and you're gonna set the resistance to 1000, let's say, for example, and then apply. Okay, it's gonna create the resistor. So you just transformed it from something that's the RCL branch into a resistor. Okay, now let's say you want to connect these two components together. You're gonna just drag it. You're gonna drag it, and then you connect to whatever component it is. So it's pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. Okay, now let's say in series with this, you want to connect something else. Now instead of just importing it back from that other window, we can just select this element and then copy it basically. So you can right click and copy, or you can just do it Control C, and then you can right click and paste, so Control V, and it's going to paste this again, right? All right, let's say you want to make this a capacitor. Just double click on it, and then instead of R, you're going to pick C. It's going to give you capacitance. Okay, I'm just going to leave it default and then apply. And that's just transformed it into a capacitor. All right, now we want to connect these two things. You just drag from this end to that. It's going to connect the two elements. So it's pretty easy. All right, so you have now something like this. So let's say you want to also in series to this add a bunch of resistors. I don't know. So what you can do is like just literally copy this and paste like a few of these. Okay, you have another resistor here. And then if you want to rotate something, you can just select it and Command or Control R. It's gonna just like rotate it around like that. You can do whatever. All right, so let's say you connected that like here, for example. Okay, and you connect it there. All right. What the heck? Yeah, right that. All right, and then let's say you want to make this another capacitor just for fun. Okay, so you're gonna just do that. Not sure how this circuit's gonna turn out, but all right. So you can just connect that like this. Okay, and then we'll connect everything to a ground. So you're gonna just put the ground over here, and then you're just gonna drag like that to the ground. Just delete this one, and then to the ground like that. Okay, and then from here to the ground. Okay. All right, now you have like a basic circuit. This thing just have to have a keep it in somewhere in your schematic. Okay. All right, so now you have your voltage measurement device. You're gonna take this. Let's say for example you want to measure with respect to ground the voltage across this resistor right here. All right, so what you're gonna do is like assuming current comes like this, you're gonna connect the positive lead of this measurement to like the positive side, let's say for example, of the resistor. Like we just want to connect this across the resistor so that we can measure the voltage drop across it. Just give me a sec. Yeah. So there we go. So it's going to measure from what is the voltage across this thing as time goes by. Okay. Now from here, what you're going to do is like you can just run, you can just take your scope and basically connect from scope to, from the measurement device to scope. So then it will just output it to the scope and you can look at it on a graph. Okay. Now you're pretty much set. All you gotta do is maybe change up some of these values. So like, I don't know, I'm gonna make this like 600 just for fun. And make this something like 400. It doesn't matter really. Okay, so you're gonna select from here like how long you want to run it for. I think you can do like really small numbers, so I'll do 0.0005, something like that, seconds. All right, let's just see something here, and then frequency here I'm gonna set it to like 20,000 hertz. Okay, and then you're gonna have amplitude set to like 2 volts peak, not peak to peak, just 2 volts. Okay, and then you're just gonna, once you're done everything with the circuit and it looks good, you connect it like this, right? You have the measurement device, blah blah blah, it goes into the scope. you just click run. It's gonna run. It's gonna complete. You're gonna hear that little noise. If not, you might not hear it. But okay, now it's completed, right? It's ready. All right, you're gonna just double click the scope. That's gonna show you your waveform coming out of this. So this is the voltage variation as time goes by, right? And this is basically 5 times 10 to the power of -4 seconds. Okay, that's the maximum. So that's what we put in here. So that's basically corresponding to how many seconds your x-axis is going to go till, right? So the limit on your x-axis, like the maximum that you can go. So this is like how long your simulation will run for. So if you want to just run for, like, let's say 2 periods, you'll do 1 times 10 to the power of -4, for example. Okay. All right. Now let's say, for example, you want to add another port. Like you want to show 2 graphs in 2 different signals in 1 graph. All right, you're gonna right click here, signals on port, and number of input ports. Okay, and this right now it's set to 1. You can set it to like 3 or more. Okay, any number really. So let's say, for example, you want to graph 3. Okay, so you're gonna pick 3, and what's gonna happen here is you're gonna have like few more inputs, like little arrows here. All right, so let's just copy this element. So this is the easiest way to do it, and then you're gonna paste it here. And let's say you want to track also at the same time, in the same scope, the voltage across this capacitor. So what we're gonna do is, like, we're just gonna connect it across, like so. Let me just, if I can connect it. Oh, what the heck. So you're gonna take these leads here and connect them like that. Like that. Okay. Okay, so that's gonna track the voltage across the capacitor. Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're gonna go over here, and then you're gonna connect it to the second port of the oscilloscope, let's say. Okay, all right. So let's say you also want to track the signal coming from the source. Just, you know, so you're just gonna copy one of these again. Just capture your voltage. You can put it over here, let's say, and then you're just gonna put it across your so from ground to this place right here. This one is from ground to that. Okay, anyways, now we're going to connect this into your oscilloscope. Now simulate again. You're going to leave the same sort of length of time that you want to run the simulation for. You can run it for longer, but it's gonna then look kind of weird. You probably don't want that. So now you can just double click this, and voila, you have now 3 different graphs here. Now you can actually show a legend if you want. You just go to view and legend. So that's gonna show you like a legend over here, and tells you, like, and you can actually label these things here, like voltage measurement 1. Instead of saying that, you can just say V1. Okay. And then you can run it again, and then that will actually change it to V1. Okay, like that. You can change all your measurements and name them, so you can see it in the legend, and it's more neat, whatnot. All right. So for example, the V1 here, it's not showing anything across the capacitor, let's say. So we can actually, let's see if we can just do something like this. Just for fun, we're gonna connect it to here. Okay, which is fun. Run the simulation again, and then we're gonna double click on the scope, and you can now see, like, how everything is different. Now these two are pretty much overlapped, right? You can see that. Now if you want to just look at, let's say, for example, one of the V1, you can just click on these, and they'll just eliminate those. Just like an oscilloscope, you can just click on this, like the source. You can do that here too. All right. that's about it, guys. Hopefully this helped you build your circuits, and this is something I struggled with, so I looked it up, and there was not many videos on it, so here you go. Thank you.